Hi, Assalamualaikum. Today we will present about our presentation, which is Kawan Food Berhad. This is our team members, which is we have three members. First, we have Aisha Nabila, Aisha Hanis, and this is me, Nur Hadira.
Introduction Kawan Food Berhad. Kawan Food Berhad is a leading Malaysian manufacturer and exporter of frozen Asia food products. Established in the 1970 and officially incorporated in 2000. The company has grown from a small family business into a global brand. Headquartered in Selangor, Malaysia, Kawan Food offers a wide range of products including paratha, spring rolls pastry, mauto, and meat-free options under brands like Kawai and KG Pastry. The company exports to over 40 countries and operates advanced manufacturing facilities in Malaysia and China. Kawan Food is known for its commitment to quality, innovation, and halal certified products. We continue the slide analysis of year 2022. This slide is a liquidity ratio. Liquidity ratio is a measure the ability of company to settle all short-term and long-term obligation on time. So the ratio have the formula current asset or current liabilities. The formula is given quick ratio equal current asset minus inventory minus payment divided by liabilities. So this is a calculation for liquidity ratio analysis in 2022. The total current ratio is 4.36 times. Second, total quick assets is 178,194,179. Lastly, total quick ratio is 3.48 times. Efficiency ratio analysis in 2022. This ratio measures the capability and the efficiency of the company to manage its assets. The formula given is the average collection period, inventory turnover, and fixed asset turnover. So, this is the calculation for efficiency ratio for analysis 2022. First, the total average collection method is 96.37 days. Second, the total inventory turnover is 4.56 times. Third, total fixed asset turnover is 0.91 times. Next slide is the leverage ratio. Then, the leverage ratio analysis in 2022. This ratio shows the capability of the company to cater for the needs of creditors. The formula given is a debt ratio, debt to equity ratio, and term interest earned.
This is our leverage ratio calculation. We have three calculations, which is debt ratio, debt to equity ratio, and times interest earned. For the debt ratio, we got 63942,558 divide 4,60810,382. We got result 0.139, which is 13.9%. For the debt to equity ratio, we got 63942,558 divide 396,867,824. The result is 0.161, which is 16.1%. For the lastly, which is times interest earned, we got 394,502 divide 312,323. We got the result is 126.45 times. This is our profitability ratio formula. We have a gross profit margin, net profit margin, return on asset, return on equity. For the gross profit margin, gross profit divide revenue times with 100, and then for the net profit margin, net profit divide revenue and times 100, return on asset, net profit divide total asset times 100, and then lastly return on equity, net profit divide total equity times 100. From the top, we get a gross profit 83077,645 ringgit. For the net profit, we got a 38477738 ringgit. Last one, our calculation profitability ratio. We have 4, which is a gross profit margin, net profit margin, return on asset, and return on equity. For the gross profit margin, we got a 83077,645 divide 274,761,875 times with 100. We got a 30.23%. For the net profit margin, we got a 38477,738 divide 274,761,875 times with 100, and we can get a 14%. For the return on asset, we got a 38447,738 divide 467,810,382 times with 100. We got the result is 8.34%. For the last thing, return on equity, we got a 38447,738 divide 397,867,824 divide 100, and we got result 9.69%. Which is we introduce our analysis of year 2023.
So the first ratios that we are going to see, which is the liquidity ratios. Liquidity ratios is which is crucial for assessing a company's short-term financial health. It is specifically to meet the ability of the short-term obligations that using which current assets. So the first ratios that we are going to see, which is the liquidity ratios. Liquidity ratios is which is crucial for assessing a company's short-term financial health. It is specifically to meet the ability of the short-term obligations that using which current assets. So for the second ratios that we are going to analysis is the efficiency ratios. Efficiency ratios is also called as the activity ratios. It is measures how effectively a company uses its assets and manage the operations to generate a revenue. These ratios will help to evaluate how well the business is turning resources like inventory, receivables, or also the fixed assets into the sales. So in efficiency ratios, we are finding the calculations in 3 types of it. The first one, we have the average collection method. The second one, we have the inventory turnover, and the last one, we have the fixed asset turnover. So for the average calculations method, we get 104 days. For the inventory turnover, we get 5.63 times, and the last one is the fixed assets turnover, which is the 1.6 times. So the third ratios that we are going to talk about is the leverage ratio. Leverage ratio is also called as solvency ratios, are the financial metric that used to evaluate how much a company relies on a debt on finance in its operations and how well it can meet a long-term financial obligations. They will give insights into a company's capital structures and also the financial risks. So the calculations for the leverage ratio, we are currently searching for 3 types of calculations here. The first one is debt ratios. The second one is debt to equity ratios, and the last one is time interest earned. So for the debt ratios, we get 0.147 or equal to 14.7%. And for the debt to equity ratios, we get 0.172 equal to 17.2%. And the last one is time interest earned. We get 162.55 times. the last one is the profitability ratios. Profitability ratio is a financial metrics that used by to assess the company abilities to generate profit relative to its revenue, assets and equity, and also other financial elements. These ratios will help the stakeholders to understand and how efficiently a company is using resources to produce earnings. So basically, for the calculations, we are finding for 4 types of calculation in profitability ratios. The first one is the gross profit margin, the next one is net profit margins, and the third one is return on assets, which is the ROA, and the last one is return on equity, which is the ROE. So the answers for gross profit margin is 28.57%. The net profit margins that we get is 10.49%, and for the ROE, return on assets, which is the ROA, we get 6.54%, and the last one is for return on equity, which is the ROE, we get 7.66%.
Conclusion: Kawan Food Berhad stands out as a successful and innovative player in the frozen food industry, combining traditional Asian recipe with a modern manufacturing technology. With a strong global presence, diverse product range, and commitment to quality and halal standard, the company continued to expand its market reach while maintaining its root in authentic, convenience, and high-quality food offerings. Its steady growth and adaptability highlight its potential for continued success in both local and international markets.
So that's all from us. Thank you.